Hello and welcome to this year's very first episode of the Tiger Sports Report, where we recap all the most recent action in the world of Tiger athletics. I'm Zach George.
And I'm Mia Bledsoe. This athletic year has been amazing so far, and we look forward to bringing you more sports action throughout the year. On this episode, we'll recap the seasons for cheer, softball, volleyball, and cross country, as well as the preview for the upcoming seasons for boys and girls basketball.
What a year for Broken Arrow Varsity Cheer, once again winning regionals and then becoming the first co-ed cheer squad in Oklahoma to win 5 straight state titles.
Coach Amy Howe continues to create routines that are more challenging than the year before, and this year was no different, as the team traveled to Stillwater and took care of business.
After losing 14 members to graduation, Coach Howe added 11 new faces to compete with the 20-person squad this year. Winning a 5th straight state championship with that many new members shows how dedicated our varsity cheer squad is that they carried on the tradition of excellence built by the BAVC members before them.
The team has also been just as effective in the classroom as they are on the gym floor. The cheer squad has combined a 3.84 GPA, just 0.06 points away from winning the Cheer Academic State Championship. We here at the Tiger Sports Report want to say congrats on an amazing year so far, and go get them at Nationals.
Be on the lookout for our feature story on the cheer squad coming out later this year.
Moving on to our next sport this fall, Broken Arrow softball. The 2016 Lady Tiger softball team had a solid season this year, highlighted by a successful trip to the Erie, Colorado Tournament of Champions. The girls won 12 of their last 17 games to close out the season, including a milestone victory for Coach Randall King.
Coach King won his 400th career game at Broken Arrow High School back on September 8th. King has guided the Lady Tigers to the state tournament in each of his previous 13 seasons and has 3 straight championships on his resume. From all of us here at TSR, congratulations, Coach King.
Mary Collins led the team with a .485 batting average and 6 home runs. Mackenzie Carney was a close second with an average of .475. Senior pitcher Erica Spencer dominated on the mound this year with a 2.29 ERA.
The Lady Tigers finished the season with a record of 20-18 after winning 2 out of 4 games in regionals and finally falling to UConn in a close contest. Many of the Lady Tiger softball players will be back in action this spring when the slow-pitch softball season starts next semester.
Next up, we spotlight Broken Arrow volleyball. After a successful 2015 season, which included a trip to the state tournament, 2016 was a continuation of that success as the team finished the season ranked 7th in 6A with a record of 24-11.
Coach Ian Bullen and his squad started off the season winning 13 of their first 17 games and cruised to a regional championship back on October 11th by winning both games 3-0 and punching their ticket back to the state tournament.
The team matched up against 6A number 2 Jinx in the first round of the state tournament and were ultimately defeated in 3 hard-fought sets.
Senior Mia Bledsoe led this year's team with 365 kills, averaging 41 points per set. Julia Bircher and Kenna Ratton anchored the team's defensive efforts. Bircher led the team with 196 digs, while Ratton recorded 98 blocks this season. Congrats, girls, on a great season.
In this next segment, sports media students interviewed Kelsey Bottomley and COLLIN Carpenter for this featured story about BA cross country. The seniors talked about their team and individual goals and much more. Check it out.
Our team has developed pretty well. We started practice in the summer and we're starting to hit like hard workouts right now, and then we'll probably ease off as we get closer to state. But we've done really well, and I'm really excited about the season.
I think the turnout's going to be great. I think we're going to qualify for state this year, so that'll be really awesome.
My season has been pretty good individually. We're just kind of getting started in a couple of meets, but OSU was a little rough. But I ran at BA, ran a 1955, and then at MSSU I ran a 1950. So. Getting closer, and hopefully this weekend my time will decrease.
I'm doing pretty good individually with my times. They're coming together. I always strive to be better, but yeah, they're coming along. My overall goal is to place in state.
My overall goal is to be top 10 at state and to beat my PR, which is 1924, and just to be able to end my senior year with a good time and a fast race.
Our attitudes toward each other, we all get along really good, and it just pushes each other to be the best of our abilities.
Our teammates motivate and inspire each other by just encouraging each other when things are hard in the workouts and pushing each other to go the extra mile. The coaching staff has been really good. They day in and day out tell us like what we need to do each day, and they just they push us and they encourage us as we're running.
We plan to improve our teams by just putting in a lot of miles, over the weekends and just during practice.
Just working hard in practice and being able to put in like a lot of miles and just working hard.
Our team has come a long way since the season began. We're getting a lot more focused in on what our goal is going to be, and it's coming together really well.
Another basketball season is just around the corner, and Coach Wallace and his squad have their sights set on a run at the state title. This next story takes us to the practice gym and highlights how this year's team is preparing for the season.
I think the biggest change that we've tried to do from last season to this season is just our team chemistry, and there's a lot of things that we're doing as a team where those kids have to get to know their teammate a little bit better and ask questions. And we've done one little session already, and I'll ask him on any given day of, hey, what's his favorite thing to do on the weekends or whatever, and now we've switched their partners up. So I think the team chemistry is probably the biggest thing that we've really tried to work on a lot more this year so far. And then I think just being better executing offensively. I think we were pretty good defensively. I think we'll still be pretty good defensively, but there were some times last year that we didn't execute and trust the offense down the stretch when we really needed to.
So this year our offense is brand new. We've just started learning it over the summer. And some things about it is one person can come out and have a 20-point game, then the next person can come out and have a 20-point game. So it's not so much I, it's a team effort.
As a team, we've been working on this new offense that we put in this year. We've been putting in new sets, stuff that will help us out this season.
As a coach, it's really important to make sure that we're not overdoing things early in the season, because as we get further and further along, I think that'll be the biggest difference for us. But I think with our team, I think we've got a couple breakout star players. I think the two that come to my mind first is Tony Hall, which is one of our seniors. He's a kid that's been working really, really hard in the weight room as well as on the floor. And I think Caleb Huffman's the other one that we expect a lot of big things from, and him as well is working really, really hard. So I think those are our two that we feel are going to be our breakout players.
The team has improved tremendously since last year. We have grown together a lot from last year to this year.
I think it's improved a lot. I feel like we're more unselfish in that we actually have a chance this year.
The biggest challenge for me personally as a coach is, just continue to make the right decisions as far as who's in at certain times. I mean, and I think that will come as we start to play, as we start to scrimmage and do other things, and we kind of see what's going on with our team and how we're responding to different things. I think the biggest challenge with our kids and our team, as far as on their level, is probably the same as anything. It's just making sure the chemistry is there, and that we're still taking shots that we need to take for our team and communicating offensively and defensively.
I'm very excited to start the season this year. I mean, it's my senior year, so we're definitely going to be looking forward to some great things this year.
It's very important because it's my very last season of high school basketball. I'm trying to make the most of it. My main goal is to get that gold ball.
I know the team has what it takes to make it all the way this year.
After back-to-back state titles and a trip to the semifinals last year, former assistant coach Tiffany Jones takes over from Mike Hughes as head girls basketball coach. The transition should be a smooth one for the Lady Tigers as they look to make a return trip to the state tournament.
We're kind of getting back to the basics and working on individual skills, shooting drills, ball handling, passing, but really we've got a lot of new players, and so we're trying to figure out the chemistry and who plays well together, and a lot of changes this year.
In practice right now, we're working on mainly defense and trying to just stop the ball from going, and trying to build the chemistry up. So.
Like emphasizing on teamwork and building us as a team and not just individuals.
Well, we've got one returning starter. Jaleese Smallwood is our only returning starter from last year's team, but we've got some other key players. Jelly Quellar's back at the guard spot. We lost a lot of experience from last year's team, But that being said, we've got a lot of young people coming up and players, juniors that were role players last year that we expect great things from. Kenzie Cowan and Brooke BOWKER. Even Cherish Doku's a senior and she's back and she's going to give us some leadership and some things that we needed, to help our team be successful this year too.
I don't think there's going to be so much a difference running our offense, but we're not going to be so much three-point shooters this year. We're mainly going to be driving to the bucket and taking like a shorter distance shot.
I think most of us are smaller this year, so it's going to be hard to take on the taller and larger teams, but I think we can do it.
I'm super excited for Coach Jones to be our head coach. I love her positive attitude and how she coaches us, and just her being around us is just great.
Coach Jones is a great coach. She is very, always there for you, very supportive.
Obviously very excited. There are still days it feels surreal that this is really happening, and I'm very honored. I was excited when I came to Broken Arrow 6 years ago just to be able to teach and coach here, and then to have this opportunity on top of it it's almost been surreal is the best word I can use to describe that. I'm very excited. I want to say that our kids have worked so hard in practice. They have worked harder than even what I thought they would work, which is fantastic, and I know that's going to pay off in January, February, March. Even senior-wise, Cherish Doku came in at Christmas last year, and the things that she does, some things that nobody else does for us as far as rebounding and being physical, and I think she's going to make a difference. But I also think that there's really about 4 or 5 people that are really going to change. Their playing time, they're going to make or break us as a team. It's not going to be one person. It truly is going to be not a team of superstars, but a team of ladies that are going to work like crazy, and they're going to play really hard and play smart and play together, and that's going to be the key to our success, not just the one player.
I think our goal is to just have a positive attitude, whether we win or lose.
My expectations this year is to practice hard every practice, so when we know we come to game time, if we give it our all, then that's all that really matters, is just giving it our all and knowing that we worked hard.
First of all, our goals haven't changed, and our goal is to be playing the second weekend in March at the Mabee Center. 2017 is where we want to be. We have a lot of youth, and what's exciting about that is that they change and they grow and they just improve a lot faster sometimes. And so I'm very excited about our young players coming in. We've got some sophomores that are going to help us. I think the biggest challenge is the changing of roles, and people who were maybe in support roles last year are now need to be in leadership roles. And that's true for any team that loses a lot of senior leadership. And so we're working every day on our leadership skills and our team chemistry and just really how we're going to function as a team and what each person's role is to make the team better.
That's all for our first episode of the Tiger Sports Report this year. Thanks for joining us. Be sure and check out this year's first 2 episodes of The Pulse on bhspulse.com for featured stories on our football team and much more.
TSR will be back soon with more stories on our teams and student athletes. Until then, we'll see you next time.